All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling and tonight's special pay-per-view broadcast of Heartland Havoc 98. Play ball! We are coming to you live from the baseball park, Tim McCarver Stadium in Memphis, Tennessee, with pay-per-view wrestling action featuring the NWA stars from both the Atlantic Wrestling Federation and Pro Wrestling Mid-America. And we have a big night indeed set up for you tonight. We've already seen two matches before the televised broadcast. First, in our opening contest, it was the debut of Bob Backlund as he took on Michael P.S. Hayes in a special challenge match. And it was Backlund who got the pinfall victory over Michael P.S. Hayes after a wrestling clinic. But Backlund was attacked after the match by Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes. Pedro Morales came to the defense of Backlund, and it was Terry Gordy who used his PWMA Tag Team Championship belt to clear the ring of Backlund and Morales. So Backlund got the pinfall, but the Freebirds have won the war. And it is just the first shot fired across the bow between those two factions. In our second match, we saw the Dingo Warrior, the Texas persona of the Ultimate Warrior prior to his big break in New York City. And in the state of Texas, the Dingo Warrior has been a hired henchman for Gary Hart in Gary Hart's efforts to take out Vern Gagne. And it was Vern Gagne in a wrestling display who just owned that match and put the Dingo Warrior to sleep to gain the submission victory. Now we have another title match coming up for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship as Rick Rude defends against Dusty Rhodes. Our next bout will be six-man tag team grudge match with the Road Warriors and Magnum TA facing off against Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard, and the passions run deep in that match. Then we'll have the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship as Nick Bockwinkel defends against VADER. And in our main event, the NWA World Tag Team Championship with Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher defending against the Steiners. And we say hello and welcome to Steve Tower in the chat room here tonight. He is rooting for Dusty Rhodes to dethrone Rick Rude for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Steve, it's always good to have you here in the chat room as Rick Rude is accompanied to the ring by the lovely and dangerous SoCal Val, who is Rude's longtime ringside valet, and Dusty Rhodes will be gunning for his first taste of gold in the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. And with that, I believe we are ready to kick things off here in Memphis. It's been a big night. Lance Russell is here doing some color commentary for the bulletin board broadcast of this event, which can be picked up after the card is complete at the Filsinger Games message board. But for now, it is Rick Rude defending the title against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And here we go. The opening initiative roll goes to Dusty Rhodes, and he is going to start things off with an attempt at a running lariat. He needs to hit a choice roll to connect on that, and he will need a roll of 9 or lower. And on a roll of 9, he connects, and that is stunning to Rick Rude. Rude staggers back, stays on his feet as Dusty picks him up for a vertical suplex. Oh, but Rude got out of the back door of that one. Dusty couldn't get that done. And on the reversal, it is a hard clothesline from Rick Rude that takes Dusty Rhodes down to the canvas, and he stays down. Welcome to Joseph Hinkle as we are in tonight's opening championship match. Rude in control. No, he's going to go right for the Rude Awakening. He drops Dusty with that Rude Awakening. But Dusty kicks out of that right away. So a statement made by Rick Rude hitting the Rude Awakening here in the first minute of the match. Dusty Rhodes kicked out of that, but the The gauntlet has been thrown down as RHODES is in control. He is strutting around the ring, swiveling those hips, gives SoCal Val a wink at ringside. And now Rick RHODES is going to go for a top rope knee drop. He's going to need a death jump roll to hit this, and on a roll of 70, he hits it. Knee crashing down hard across the chest of Dusty Rhodes, and RHODES is in control. RHODES is now going to go for a pile driver, and Dusty Rhodes takes the pile driver hard on the top of his head, and Dusty rolls out of the ring. Out we go to ringside, where Dusty Rhodes is clearly the master of this domain. And on a roll of 6, it is Dusty Rhodes who wins the brawl on the arena floor, grabbing Rick RHODES and smashing him face first onto the announcer's table. We may see a disqualification after that move. There's a roll of 5, and if this roll is 5 or lower, we will see a disqualification. But oh, on a roll of 9, the match will continue, and Dusty Rhodes is in control. Rhodes now is going to go for the big elbow drop. He's going to try for a cover, and RHODES quickly kicks out of that one. And now it is 1 fatigue token apiece, as Rhodes is still in control, as he gives SoCal Val a wink and swivels his hips, and SoCal Val is not happy about that whatsoever. And now Dusty's going to go for the figure 4. Can he lock the figure 4 in place? No, he cannot get the figure 4 completely locked in place as RHODES fights his way out of it. But that still costs a point of fatigue, and Rick RHODES is now trailing in fatigue points in this match as Dusty Rhodes is taking control. Here's Dusty with another big elbow drop. Dusty with a cover. RHODES kicks out again, but RHODES is taking some punishment here. SoCal Val is going to come up onto ringside. And on a roll of 8, SoCal Val reaches under the ropes and trips the opponent. As the opponent turns and yells at SoCal Val, her wrestler attacks from behind. Roll on level 3 offense. So SoCal Val does her job, distracting Dusty Rhodes and giving Rick RHODES the opening to regain control of this match. And RHODES is going to go for a reverse atomic drop. That is a choice roll, and RHODES is going to need a roll of 8 or lower to complete that, and on a roll of 5 he hits it, and Dusty is dazed. Dusty staggers back to the corner, still on his feet, as RHODES moves in to follow up, and RHODES goes to knock Dusty down to the canvas. He takes him down with a double leg takedown, and now it is the camel clutch that RHODES has applied to Dusty Rhodes. Rhodes makes his way to the ropes to get out of that one. And the match continues with RHODES still in control. And now it's a whip to the turnbuckle. Rhodes bounces off the turnbuckle, and he is met by a big kick from Rick RHODES. And Dusty has been staggered. He drops to one knee as RHODES moves in. RHODES now with another knee lift to the midsection. Oh, but this time Dusty absorbs that, and he fires right back. And he is going to pick up Rick RHODES with a powerful suplex and take him over and down to the canvas hard. RHODES sits up and gets to his feet slowly, both men taking a moment to recover here from what has been a grueling opening exchange in this title match. Rhodes is going to take RHODES down and go for the knee joint scissor lock. Work the legs, take some of the legs away from the powerhouse Rick RHODES. He continues to work that scissor lock as SoCal Val cheers on her man at ringside. Rhodes now goes for another vertical suplex. RHODES is up and down hard to the canvas, and Rhodes keeps control. Rhodes now works the knee some more, but this time Rick RHODES ducks out of that one. He's not going to get into that scissor lock a second time, and it is RHODES who whips Rhodes into the ropes and comes off, and RHODES nails the drop kick, and Dusty Rhodes goes down. Both men slow to get to their feet, and it will be Rhodes taking control. Rhodes with another suplex up and down to the canvas hard, working the legs and the lower back of Rick RHODES, trying to take away that vertical base that every wrestler needs to be successful. Rhodes now is going to work the knee some more with that scissor lock. Both men showing some signs of fatigue here, as Rhodes now goes with a drop kick of his own, but RHODES steps out of the way of that one, and it is RHODES who fires back with a whip to the ropes. Rhodes bounces off the ropes, and on a roll of 9, The opponent tries a big shoulder tackle. RHODES comes off and tries the shoulder tackle, but Rude is the more powerful of the two men, and it is Rude who wins that exchange and takes control. Rude now with a hard clothesline, taking Dusty back a few steps. Rude follows up with a knee lift to the midsection. RHODES fires back and struts around the ring, and Rick Rude doesn't like that. As Dusty is strutting around, doing some more strutting, getting the fans on his side here in Memphis, where he is a popular figure indeed. And now RHODES is going to go for the running lariat. He needs a roll of 9 or lower to connect on that. And on a roll of 12, Rick Rude ducks out of the way of that running lariat, and it is Rude who fires back with a forearm smash. Rude and RHODES exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. Here's Dusty with a headbutt. Dusty follows that up with an attempt at a scoop slam, but Rude backs out of that one, and it is Rude who fires back with another hard clothesline, taking Dusty Rhodes down and out of the ring. Out to ringside we go once again, and this time it is Rude who wins the battle on the outside of the ring. And he drops Dusty Rhodes with a rude awakening on the floor outside of the ring, and this is a possible count-out situation. The count-out roll is only going to be 5 or lower, as the referee puts the count on, and on a roll of 10, Rhodes defeats the count-out and gets back into the ring where Rude is waiting, but that's going to cost Big Dust another point of fatigue. Rude now is going to pitch Dusty out of the ring a second time, and we're going to go to the ringside shenanigans chart. What is going to happen here? We've got ringside mayhem fans. As we go to the ringside mayhem table, and on a roll of 12, it is a wild brawl into the crowd. Both wrestlers roll disqualification. The DQ roll is 5 for both men, and it is a house rule in most Filsinger players that you roll this disqualification roll twice, because there would be way too many DQs if one roll of 5 was enough to end the match. So for Rick Rude, his first roll is a 9. He will not be disqualified. For Dusty Rhodes, he rolls a 6. He will not be disqualified. So now we go to the gut check roll to determine who wins the brawl. The gut check roll is a 12-sided die, minus the wrestler's cage rating, minus the wrestler's fatigue tokens. So this is going to favor Dusty Rhodes because he has a much better cage rating. But on a roll of 11 for Rick Rude, that gives him 11 minus 3 is 5. Dusty gets a 6. Minus 3 is 3, so Rude wins the brawl outside the ring, and that costs Dusty a point of fatigue as they go into the stands. Both wrestlers now have to roll for countout in the wake of that brawl. Rick Rude will not be counted out. Dusty Rhodes will not be counted out. Action returns to the ring, and the winner of the brawl, Rick Rude, is in control. Steve Tower is hoping for the Dusty finish, but at least for the moment, both men are back into the ring, and it is Rude attempting the reverse atomic drop. He needs an 8 or lower to complete that move, and on a 9, Dusty Rhodes comes out the back door of that one. Rude can't get him up, and Rhodes turns and grabs Rude and flips him over with another vertical suplex. Dusty Rhodes taking control. Dusty now is going to whip Rude into the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Rick Rude, and it is Rhodes with a big kick, smashing Rick Rude to remain in control. And now Rhodes with another high suplex, but this one is blocked by Rude. He got his right leg behind the leg of Rhodes, and Rhodes was unable to get him up. And Rude fires back with a hard knee lift into the midsection. Rude taking control here. Back and forth we go. Rude now with a series of forearms. Dusty staggers back. Rude with another knee lift to the midsection. Rude follows up with a double thrust to the throat. Rhodes staggers back but does not go down. Rude with another series of forearms. And this time Dusty fires back, and he whips Rude into the turnbuckle once again. Coming off the turnbuckle, it is a double clothesline, and both men go down. How about that? Both men are down. It will be Rhodes getting back to his feet first because he was the wrestler on offense. And Rhodes now is going to try for the figure 4 leg lock. We've got trouble here. SoCal Val is going to try for the distraction. Oh, but on a roll of 8, the distraction attempt is not successful. And Rick Rude may be forced to tap out here to the figure 4. 6 or lower is a submission victory for Dusty Rhodes. But on a roll of 9, Rude makes his way over to the bottom rope to force the hold to be broken. Rude is in big trouble here. He almost had to submit to the figure 4. Rhodes is still in control. Rhodes now is going to go up to the top turnbuckle, and he's going to come off the top rope with a flying elbow smash. Let's see if he can hit this. High risk maneuver by Dusty Rhodes, but on a roll of 8, he nails it. He nailed the top rope elbow drop, and now Dusty's going to go back to the figure 4. SoCal Val cannot help, and on a roll of 7 or lower, we're going to have a new champion. And the roll is a 3, so Dusty Rhodes has won the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship with an amazing victory over Rick Rude, courtesy of the figure 4 leg lock. So congratulations to Dusty Rhodes for winning the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship here in Memphis at the pay-per-view broadcast of Heartland Havoc 98 Play Ball. As Steve Tower is on his feet cheering for the American Dream, Philip Reynolds has joined the crowd. Welcome, Philip. And our first contest is in the books as we have a new Atlantic Heavyweight Champion here at tonight's pay-per-view. So Rick Rude leaves in defeat with SoCal Val at his side. They will have an opportunity at a rematch, but tonight it is the time for celebration for Dusty Rhodes, as he is the new Atlantic Heavyweight champion. All right, fans, now we have another brutal grudge match coming up. And it will be 6-man action. As events that we have seen building up over months. It has been a number of months ago. It was last fall when Ric Flair and Magnum TA went head-to-head in a no disqualification match, and it was Ric Flair who destroyed the knee of Magnum TA by wrapping him around the one of the security railings at ringside with a figure 4 leg lock, which just tore up Magnum TA's knee, and he was out of action for the better part of 6 months. Magnum TA has come back, and he has been looking for a piece of Ric Flair, and he has aligned himself with the Road Warriors. And so tonight we will see this very dangerous team of Magnum TA along with Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors, in 6-man tag team action. And they will be accompanied by this man, the manager, Paul Ellering. So Ellering will have 2 shots at making his presence known in this match. Across the ring, we will have Ric Flair, along with Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. We'll see if everybody fits onto the screen, and of course, where the Horseman goes, so goes James J. Dillon, and he will be representing Flair and Blanchard and Anderson tonight. So it will be a rugged contest indeed, as these 6 men square off with pride on the line, and with the opportunity for Magnum TA for the first time to get his hands on Ric Flair since that fateful night last fall. So here we go. Try and shift things over here enough to get Arn Anderson onto the screen. And I think we are set for action. And it will be, starting things off, Magnum TA for the babyface team, starting off against his longtime rival Tully Blanchard. These two have plenty of history of their own in the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling territory. Had a very famous I Quit match back in the day. So we're going to see some intense battles here tonight in Memphis as the bell rings and we are ready for action. And it will be Magnum TA with the opening advantage. And Magnum comes out with an attempted vertical suplex. He gets Tully up and down to the canvas. Tully goes down, and quickly he reaches over and tags in Arn Anderson. Ric Flair is not interested in getting in the ring with Magnum TA at this point in time early in the match, as Magnum is on a rampage. He wants a piece of Flair. He's lunging after Flair, but Blanchard holds him back, and Arn Anderson comes into the ring. And Arn Anderson scores with a cheap shot to the ribs, and Magnum TA goes down. Anderson quickly makes the cover. Count of one, count of two. Oh my goodness, we're going to have a pin save here, as Magnum TA has gone down. The pin save attempt is unsuccessful. And now on a roll of 5 or lower, Magnum TA will be pinned. Oh, and he just kicks out on a roll of 9. So that was a close call early. And that looked awful suspicious. I think Arn Anderson might have used some sort of foreign object to have a shot to the ribs that was that effective. It looked like a knee shot. He may have something loaded up in that knee brace. You never know, and you can never trust an Anderson. So Magnum TA has already taken some punishment here. And now Arn is going to get him up and try for the Enforcer Bomb. He's going to need a death jump roll to complete this. And on a roll of 9, he nails the Enforcer Bomb. He lifts himself onto the top rope with both hands and comes down across the opponent in a body splash type of move with that Enforcer Bomb. And now it is going to be Anderson tagging out to Tully. And Tully coming in to get some work done. They go to the double team charge. And on a roll of 3, it is a deadly double face first suplex on Magnum. And they're going to try for the cover again. The Horsemen want to end this match quickly. Count of 1. Oh, and this time TA kicks out on the count of 2. And actually the way we play this is that each side gets 3 interferences in a 6-man match, including pin saves and outside manager interference. So the Road Warriors were forced to use the first one by saving the pin on Magnum. And now they are in some trouble here as Tully Blanchard remains in control on Magnum TA. What's Tully going to do now? And he is going to go for the backward elbow smash. This is an agility roll. And on a 6, he hits the backward elbow smash. And Magnum is down and stays down. Now Ric Flair wants into the ring for a piece of this. Magnum TA is vulnerable, so Flair comes in for a double team. And they lift him up and deliver a bone-crushing double clothesline. And now the Nature Boy has the chance to do some damage here against Magnum TA. What is the Nature Boy going to do? He is going to try for the pinfall. He's got his foot on the ropes as he tries for the pin. Magnum kicks out of that one, but the fatigue tokens continue, and Magnum hasn't even had the chance to tag the Road Warriors yet. Hawk and Animal are both imploring Magnum to do something and get over for the tag. Paul Ellering at ringside, and Paul Ellering is going to try some shenanigans here. Ellering is going to try for the manager interference charge. And the roll on the manager interference chart for Ellering is a 6. And on a roll of 6, your manager jumps onto the ring apron and distracts the referee. But the opponent is able to continue his attack. So Ellering is up chatting with the referee, trying trying to help Magnum get free, but Magnum cannot get free. And Ric Flair is going to be able to continue his attack. And Flair is going to go for another pinfall using the ropes. This time the pin rating is 5 or lower, and it's, since Magnum has 3 points of fatigue, this is a single roll now. And the Warriors are going to be forced to use their last pin save. And on a roll of 8, the pin save is unsuccessful. But on a roll of 6, Magnum is able to kick out. So the Warriors and Paul Ellering have done everything they can do to help Magnum TA. But the beating continues. Tully wants back into the match, so we're going to see another double team roll. And another crunching double neck breaker as Tully takes Magnum TA up and down across his knee. And Tully has got control here, and Magnum is in bad shape. What's Tully going to do? Oh, on a roll of 5, that is a foreign object shot. Tully Blanchard was given some sort of a weapon by J.J. Dillon at ringside. That's why he wanted back in the ring. He scores another shot on Magnum TA. Magnum TA is down. What's Tully going to do here? He goes and pitches Magnum TA out of the ring. Magnum TA has been thrown out of the ring. We'll see what happens here. And on a roll of 7, Magnum is forced to come back into the ring to beat the 10 count. They had a little powwow on the outside with Paul Ellering. Arn Anderson went over to confront the Road Warriors and help pitch Magnum back into the ring, where Tully Blanchard is waiting. And Magnum TA is in huge trouble here. And now it is going to be Blanchard taking control with a grinding chin lock. And Magnum has the chance to get over and make the tag, but he cannot get there. On a roll of 10, he can't get over to his partners. And Blanchard is still in control. Blanchard now whips Magnum into the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Magnum, and a big kick from Blanchard takes Magnum back down to the canvas. Back in comes Arn Anderson. Double team attempt. On a roll of 4, it is a devastating double team move as Anderson and Blanchard pick up Magnum TA and drop him face first onto the canvas with a double gourd buster. That is going to cost Magnum another point of fatigue. The Horsemen are dominating this match, and J.J. Dillon could not be happier. What's Anderson going to do now? A forearm shot to the midsection. Magnum is hurt. Double A, whip to the turnbuckle. Magnum comes off the turnbuckle, and on a roll of 6, actually he grabs the arm of Double A and whips Double A into the turnbuckle. Anderson comes off the turnbuckle. And on a roll of 10, it is a big kick from Magnum that stuns Anderson, and Magnum may be able to get out of the ring here. He nails Anderson with a running forearm. Anderson goes down, and finally Magnum TA is able to tag in Road Warrior Animal. Magnum TA took 6 points of fatigue and somehow survived. And now it is Animal in the ring against Arn Anderson as the match continues. Animal comes in and grabs Anderson with a front face lock. But Anderson quickly reaches over and tags into Ric Flair as Flair comes in against Road Warrior Animal. Flair's going to do a little strutting, and it is going to be Flair with a big woo! Animal not liking that. But Flair comes back now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Road Warrior Hawk comes off the turnbuckle, and it is a big kick to the side of the head from Flair that drops Animal down to one knee. Flair now with a whip to the ropes. Animal comes off the ropes. But Ric Flair sets himself too early, and Animal nails him with an elbow to the back of the head, and down goes Flair. What's Animal going to do here? He goes with a boot to the midsection. Flair able to fire back and just step away and give another strut around the ring and another big woo! And Animal is not happy about that. But from outside the ring, Tully Blanchard hits Animal across the back of the head with a forearm smash, and Animal goes down to one knee. Flair grabs the leg and drops his hips across the leg of Animal, starting to work that left knee. And Animal has taken some damage to that knee as Flair begins to soften him up for a possible figure 4 leg lock, trying to weaken the big man. Animal comes back and tries the drop kick, but Flair gets out of the way of that one. And it is Flair who follows up with another knee drop to the injured knee of Animal, and Animal stays down. Tag is made now to Anderson. Anderson comes in with the double team. And oh, it's another fine double team move as they throw Animal into the ropes and hit him with double elbow smashes to put Animal down to the mat. Animal is down, and Arn Anderson is now in control. He is a dangerous man indeed, the enforcer. And he is going to go with a standing arm bar on that big arm of Animal. That's not going to get a whole lot done as Animal's able to get back to his feet. And now it is Anderson with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Animal, but it is Double A with a big kick to the midsection, and Animal is staggered. Anderson just rakes the eyes with his bootlaces. That is a brutal move that Anderson uses. Animal is staggering. He cannot get back over to tag in Hawk as his eyesight has been damaged. And so Anderson is going to follow up with a knee drop across that injured knee, and Animal is hurt. And they tag in Blanchard. In comes Blanchard for a double team. Oh, but this time it is Blanchard coming into the ring, and a miscommunication as Animal ducks out of the way, and there's a collision between Anderson and Blanchard, and it is Animal who will take control. Animal tries for the jumping elbow drop on the fallen Blanchard, and he hit him hard. And Blanchard takes that and immediately rolls out of the ring. Out of the ring we go once again. And on a roll of 7, it is, let's see, A7 is the, I believe that's the best man wins roll. So the control goes to the man on offense. Both these guys are A-rated outside the ring wrestlers. So Animal is still in control. And Animal and Hawk are now going to try for the Doomsday device. Animal throws Blanchard back into the ring, gets him up on the shoulders. Here comes Hawk off the top rope. J.J. Dillon is going to try for the distraction. That doesn't happen. And Blanchard gets crushed by that flying Doomsday device. Tully is able to get his foot over the bottom rope and not be pinned, but that is a spectacular move, and Animal is now tagged out to Hawk, and Hawk is in control, and Blanchard is down and hurt after the Doomsday device. Here comes Hawk. Hawk is going to go for the gut wrench suplex, just lifting Blanchard with sheer power, powering him up and over and down. Blanchard wants out of the ring, and he is able to get out, and he tags in Double A as Anderson returns to the contest against Hawk. All 6 of these men have extensive histories working against each other. Here's a hammerlock from Anderson. He tries to get the hammerlock. Hawk fires back. Hawk picks up Double A with a high vertical suplex and down hard to the canvas. Anderson is hurt. Hawk is in control. Hawk with a whip to the ropes. Double A comes off the ropes. This time it is a knee smash from Double A coming off the ropes, and Hawk goes down. Caught off guard there, and Anderson scored with a knee to the side of the head. And it is Anderson in control. He's going to go for that enforcer bomb, and on a roll of 7, he nails it. Anderson is down. Tag is made to Flair. We're going to see a double team here. But on a roll of 10, it is a glancing blow with the elbow smash. Flair stays in control, but they didn't get all of that one. Flair now coming in against Hawk. Flair goes with a knee drop across the leg. Hawk hits the canvas hard, the knee hits hard, and Hawk is now forced to roll out of the ring for a potential respite. But on a roll of 9, it is Flair who comes out of the ring and nails Hawk with a stiff series of chops across the chest on the arena floor, and Hawk has been staggered. Flair throws Hawk back into the ring, and Flair is going to go for the figure 4 leg lock. This is a possible submission hold, but Hawk is able to power his way out of that one. A little too soon in the match for Hawk to be giving things up, but Flair once again has made a statement, and he has worked the knees of both Animal and Hawk with his devastating holds to set up weaken the legs and attempt the figure 4 later in the contest. Flair's going to go for the figure 4 again. Will we see a submission this time? No, Hawk is able to get his way free, but more damage has been done to that knee. And Hawk is in trouble here. Tag to Anderson for another double team attempt. And this time on a roll of 5, it is a devastating double team move on Hawk as Flair went to the knee, and Anderson dove across the knee of Hawk while Flair had him trapped, and another injury to the knee of Hawk and another point of fatigue, and now Hawk is in some trouble, and Hawk may suffer a potential pinfall. As Steve Tower at ringside is providing some commentary. We love that. What a brilliant move for Gorilla. For Tully to have the presence of mind to get a foot on the ropes. Yes, indeed. Anderson in control. Hawk in trouble. And now it's the gourd buster from Anderson. And we may have a pinfall here on a roll of 6 or lower. The Warriors team has used up all their outside interferences. And on a roll of 4, that's the pin. Oh my goodness. The Horsemen, a nearly flawless victory as Arn Anderson with the gourd buster pins Road Warrior Hawk to put an end to this grudge match, as the Magnum TA and the Road Warriors just got dominated. The Horsemen are going to head for higher pastures here as Paul Ellering and the Road Warriors are left licking their wounds. Hawk is gripping that knee at ringside in the ring. Magnum has been beaten down so badly he can barely move. Animal is furious, but J.J. Dillon and the Horsemen are celebrating and taunting and wooing around ringside. And there is nothing the Road Warriors can do about it on this night, as the Horsemen just dominated this match. Ric Flair, of course, is your NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So unless there's another pay-per-view or unless Magnum TA can make his way up to a world title shot, Ric Flair doesn't have to have anything to do with Magnum TA. This was a pay-per-view special match, 6-man tag action. And it was the teamwork and savvy of the Horsemen with James J. Dillon who dominated that match from start to finish. As really it was Anderson and Blanchard who just put Magnum TA in all kinds of hurt from the beginning. And Magnum never did manage to get his hands on Flair. Once Magnum was finally able to tag out to the Road Warriors, they held their own for a while, but the numbers game was favoring the Horsemen at that point in time. The frequent tags in and out, the frequent double teams. Finally setting up Hawk for the pinfall defeat at the hands of Arn Anderson and that deadly gourd buster. What a surprising outcome to that match. Disappointment here in Memphis, but there is no disappointment in the world of the Horsemen here tonight. As Steve Tower points out, they are styling and profiling here in Memphis, and they are going to be riding that limo tonight and taking care of business on the town with all the Horsemen celebrating a spectacular victory here tonight. All right, fans, your next contest is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. The Heartland Championship Wrestling, the NWA branch, has 2 major territories. The Atlantic Wrestling Federation, which runs Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina predominantly. And that is where Flair and the Horsemen conduct their business. along with the Road Warriors and MAGNUM TA. And the first title match you saw tonight between Rick Rude and Dusty Rhodes was the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, which is the top title in the territory. Now we're going to see a match from Pro Wrestling Mid-America, which runs the central regions of the country, all the way from Minnesota down through Kansas City and St. Louis, great wrestling towns, Texas, and Memphis, Tennessee. So we are here in Pro Wrestling Mid-America territory tonight, coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee. Nick Bockwinkel is your Pro Wrestling Mid-America heavyweight champion after having won that title over Jimmy the Superfly Snuka earlier this year. Bockwinkel put away Snuka in their return match, and now the new #1 contender is Big Van Vader. And tonight Vader has his opportunity to take on Bockwinkel for an opportunity to win the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. Bockwinkel, a proud competitor. And ready for action here against Big Van Vader. The opening roll goes to Vader. And Vader immediately backs Bockwinkel into the corner and starts peppering him with punches, lefts and rights, those big meat hooks of Vader just pummeling on Bockwinkel in the corner. But Bockwinkel fires back on that. He absorbed a few of those blows, and he comes back and attempts a drop kick. He's going to need 7 or lower to hit the drop kick, and on a roll of 5 he hits it, and Vader is knocked backwards and down to his backside in the center of the ring. So Bockwinkel took some punches, may have played a little rope-a-dope there, shoved Van Vader back and nailed him with a drop kick to put Vader on the canvas. What is Bockwinkel going to do now? He picks Vader up and pile drives him hard in the center of the ring. Vader slow to get up after that one. And Bockwinkel takes him right back down with a drop toe hold. And Bockwinkel follows that up with a high back suplex. Bockwinkel, a master of the leverage. Even though he's given away 200 pounds, he is able to get Vader up, over, and down to the canvas. Vader holding his back as he gets to his feet. Bockwinkel follows up, and he's going to wrap Vader into the abdominal stretch, and this is a possible submission move. Is Vader going to have to give it up? He is able to get out of that one on a roll of 6, but Bockwinkel is in control. What are we going to see now? Another pile driver from Bockwinkel, another cover, and once again Vader is able to kick out. But Bockwinkel has taken control, slowed down the pace of this match after the opening assault by Vader. And Bockwinkel just methodically working his way around the ring, doing damage to Vader and trying to wear this big man out. The 450-pounder out of the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Here's another pile driver, and this time Vader's just going to roll out of the ring. Out of the ring goes Vader, and we go to the out of the ring chart for the first time in this contest. And on a roll of 7, it is a wild brawl outside the ring. The wrestler with the better ring rating wins the brawl, and in this case, that is Vader. So Vader now is finally in control, and it is going to be Vader who goes to the power bomb, slamming Bockwinkel down hard to the canvas. Bockwinkel is able to get a foot over the ropes, but Bockwinkel has been staggered by that big blow. Vader doing some damage with the power moves. Vader now with a moonsault. He hits hard. He covers Bockwinkel a second time. Count of 1. Count of 2. Oh my goodness. Will the moonsault do it? No. Bockwinkel just got his left shoulder up before the count of 3. And both men have now suffered a couple points of fatigue. Back and forth we go as Vader now is in control. The fans getting behind the big man as he tries to take out the hated Nick Bockwinkel. Here's another moonsault from Vader. He hits hard and Bockwinkel is down. Vader with another moonsault. This time he didn't get all of it. Bockwinkel rolled part of the way out of the way. Took a glancing blow from the elbow. Vader still first to his feet. And Vader now is going to go with the whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bockwinkel. But on a roll of 11, Both men come off the turnbuckle with big specialty moves. Both wrestlers go down. The wrestler with the better turnbuckle rating recovers first. And in this case, they are both A-rated turnbuckle wrestlers. So the control goes to the wrestler on offense, and that is Vader, who is in charge. Vader now is going to go up for a death jump. Going to the top rope. Dangerous territory for both these men. But Vader comes off the top rope with a flying clothesline and nails Nick Bockwinkel. Perfect timing by Vader. Showing great agility for a big man. Here is the next move is going to be another death jump from Vader. And he hits it again. Let's see, B9 is, yes indeed, B9 is a successful flying clothesline off the top rope. Bockwinkel was not expecting this kind of an aerial attack from Vader, and Vader is still in control. Now he goes to the Vader bomb. The Vader bomb, and down goes Bockwinkel. Here's the cover. Bockwinkel once again able to kick out, but he is in serious trouble now as Vader has come with an onslaught of power moves. And now it's going to be another death jump from Vader. And this time, on a roll of 12, Bockwinkel stumbles to his feet. Vader comes off the turnbuckle with a perfect cross body block. He goes for the cover. And on a roll of 3, he gets the pin. Oh my goodness, what a surprise. Vader with an unexpected aerial attack on Nick Bockwinkel. And Vader gets the pinfall after the cross body block off the top rope. Bockwinkel had scouted Vader for the power bomb and the Vader bomb, but he wasn't ready for this flying body press off the top rope. And a couple of moonsaults, and Big Van Vader has won the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. We've got 2 new champions here in our first 2 title matches. Congratulations to Vader, congratulations to Dusty Rhodes, as both of our major territorial championships have changed hands here at tonight's pay-per-view. And Steve Tower called it right. Nick's going to have his hands full tonight. Indeed he did. And it was a surprise move, a death jump by Vader that put away Nick Bockwinkel. And Big Van Vader is your new Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Champion. Oh my goodness. 2 title matches, 2 title changes here tonight. And it is now time for our World Championship main event. And what a rivalry these guys have. We have the Steiner brothers, former NWA World Tag Team Champions. Finally lost those belts to the team of Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher after a couple of very entertaining brawls. As Steve Tower points out, Vader is also the reigning New England Championship Wrestling Champion. All right, so he holds titles both in the Northeast U.S. and now in the state of Texas. Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher love mixing it up with the Steiner brothers. Their first confrontation ended in disqualification, and I think all 4 men were disappointed that they didn't get the chance to just have a good old throwdown brawl. And when they hooked up in the rematch, it was Bruiser and Crusher who were able to get the victory. And now the Steiner brothers are exercising their rematch clause in tonight's pay-per-view main event. And both sides have agreed that this will be a no disqualification match. They just want to get into the ring and slug it out and not have referees telling them what to do. And it will be Dick the Bruiser starting things off against Scotty Steiner for the Steiner brothers. And on the opening roll, we have a tie. All right, so that means we go to, we're going to go to the Gary Michael Capetta ring announcer card. This is part of the Legends game. Use this playing card when you want the action to get off to a quick and unpredictable start in a match. One wrestler will need to be identified as the babyface. That'll be Scotty Steiner. The other wrestler as the bad guy. That'll be Dick the Bruiser. Gary Michael Capetta is in the ring, and this is an official Filsinger card, which was approved in 2005 by Gary Michael Capetta himself. In fact, he wrote about this in his autobiography, how honored he was to be part of this this card game. So we're going to see what happens now as the shenanigans start, even before Gary Michael Capetta is able to complete his ring announcement. And on a roll of 6, the heel attacks his opponent before Capetta finishes the introductions. The heel rolls on level 2 offense. So it is Dick the Bruiser launching the pre-match attack on Scotty Steiner. The bell rings and we are underway with Dick the Bruiser in control. Steve Tower says, "Oh man, those Steiner brother cards are amazing. What set are they in?" And with apologies, these are unofficial bootleg cards that I was able to get through the Filsinger Games message board. They're somewhat limited edition. In fact, Dick the Bruiser is also an unofficial card. The Crusher is the only official card in this match. But if you contact me, Steve, I can put you in touch with the guy who developed these cards. I'm not free to give them away because I don't have the ownership rights to do that. But very nice guy, Will Harrison, helps us put these together, and we'll see if we can get you hooked up. But I can't make any promises because these are not mine to promise folks. But the Gary Michael Capetta card is an official Filsinger card, and he was delighted to have been represented in this game, as his announcement is interrupted by Dick the Bruiser with a cheap shot on Scotty Steiner, and we are underway. And it is Bruiser with a whip to the turnbuckle. Scotty bounces off the turnbuckle, and on a roll of 4, he catches Bruiser with a skull-splitting running lariat, and Dick the Bruiser goes down hard. Yeah, live bootleg VH tapes from back in the day. Exactly right. So Dick the Bruiser has been staggered by the clothesline from Scotty, and Scotty is now in control. Scotty goes with the Steiner line off the top rope. But Dick the Bruiser reverses that and stops his momentum, so Steiner can't take him over. And it is Dick the Bruiser with a punch to the face. Scotty's trying the fancy flippy dippy stuff, and Bruiser's got his answer with the 5 knuckles to the side of the head. Scotty staggers back, and he is able to tag in Brother Rick. Brother Rick runs around the ring, barking at the crowd barking back, as Steiner and Bruiser hook it up. These guys love to throw hands. And it is Steiner who goes for the double leg takedown. Dick the Bruiser blocks that, and Bruiser comes back with a stomp to the stomach and a whip to the ropes. Steiner comes off the ropes, and on a roll of 9, that goes to the power rating. Both these men have -3 power, both very strong men, so Dick the Bruiser keeps the momentum. And Bruiser now with a whip to the turn. No, he's not going to whip to the turnbuckle. Instead, he tags in the Crusher, because the Crusher got tired of waiting, and actually the Crusher reached in from outside the ring and tagged himself in this situation. Dick the Bruiser gives Crusher a smack across the face for doing that. Crusher turns into the ring and delivers a forearm smash to Rick Steiner, and Steiner is going to fire back, and it is Steiner with a Steiner line that takes Crusher down. Crusher gets back to his feet, and Steiner with a power slam takes Crusher down to the mat. Steiner with a quick cover. The Crusher kicks out of that one, and Steiner is in control. Over the course of a match, Bruiser and Crusher are just as likely to do damage to each other as to their opponents, because they were known to headbutt each other and slap each other in the middle of the match just to get their juices going. Steiner is now in control, and Steiner is going to go for the belly-to-belly suplex, and down goes the Crusher again. Rick tags in Scotty. Scotty comes into the ring, and they work together for a running double clothesline that takes Crusher back down to the canvas. And Scotty Steiner is in control. Scotty now. Crusher tries to get out of the ring. Scotty prevents that, and Scotty with a belly-to-belly suplex takes Crusher down again in the center of the ring. Fine athletic ability by young Scotty Steiner. Tilt-a-whirl slam by Scotty. Here's a cover. Crusher kicks out again, but the Steiner brothers keep in control. Scotty makes the tag to Rick. Another double clothesline, and down goes the Crusher once again. Crusher's in trouble here as Rick Steiner is in control. Rick with a belly-to-belly suplex. And this time Crusher's just going to roll out of the ring and out to the, I would say arena floor, but we're here in a ballpark, so out to the infield grass goes the Crusher. Crusher goes out of the ring. Rick Steiner will follow. Both these guys love to mix it up outside the ring. And on a roll of 7, that's the best man wins roll again. So the offensive wrestler takes control when the ratings are equal. And Steiner throws Crusher back into the ring. And it's going to be Steiner. Oh, another pitch out of the ring. Are we going to see mayhem now? On a roll of 9, yes, we go to the ringside mayhem chart. This chart comes into play whenever there have been 2 consecutive out of the ring rolls. And this time on a roll of 11, we go to the outside interference chart. One of the wrestlers brings in outside help. That's not going to happen, I don't think, because these guys enjoy each other's company. Let's roll this out. Let's see. This would be the heels bringing help. So who would come in from the outside and attack the Steiner brothers? Nobody in particular, so we're going to just say that they slug it out outside of the ring. We'll go to a gut check roll and see who wins the brawl. And in this case, it is Rick Steiner who wins the brawl. And as they go back into the ring, Rick Steiner will be in control. Steiner goes with the German suplex. That is going to require a choice roll against the agility, 10 or lower. And Scotty is able to connect with the German suplex, and Crusher goes down. And once again, Crusher is going to try this time to tag out to his partner. And on a roll of 3, Crusher is able to get over and tag in Dick the Bruiser. So closely fought action here in the opening moments. Back and forth we go. These guys just love beating the daylights out of each other. And now Dick the Bruiser comes in and once again scores with a stomp to the midsection of Steiner. Whip to the ropes. Dick the Bruiser drops down. Steiner goes over top. This time Steiner comes off, and oh, a hard back elbow smash from Dick to the Bruiser puts Rick Steiner down to the canvas. Dick the Bruiser with a boot rake across the eyes of Rick Steiner. Steiner, blinking, gets up to one knee. Bruiser picks him up and slams him down hard with a body slam. Bruiser tags in Crusher. And on the double team attempt, it is a running forearm smash from both men that has Rick Steiner hurt and staggering backward. Crusher comes back at him with a knee drop. Can Rick get out and tag his brother? No, he cannot. Crusher stays in control. Blatant chokehold. Oh my goodness, the Crusher is just choking Rick Steiner in the corner. Referee puts the count on him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rick Steiner says, "Go away, ref. I can take care of this bucket of bolts all by myself." Crusher with a whip to the ropes. Steiner comes off the ropes and Crusher nails him with a back elbow, and down goes Steiner. Crusher follows up with another knee drop, but oh, this time Steiner rolls out of the way of that one, and it is Steiner with a double leg takedown attempt. Crusher's not going to let that happen. Crusher pounding on the back of Rick Steiner with both fists. Crusher now with forearm smashes across the back. Steiner tries for the defensive tag roll. He can't get over there. Crusher now. Another blatant chokehold. Choking him against the ropes as the referee puts on the count. 1, 2, 3, and on a count of 4, it's going to be another whip to the ropes. Oh, this time it is Steiner coming off the ropes with a powerful flying shoulder tackle. He catches Crusher off balance, and it is Rick Steiner now in control. Steiner with a twisting power slam. Crusher rolls out of the ring. And this time on a roll of 11, what is going to happen here? The opponent comes out of the ring and tries to hit you with an object like a steel chair. The referee comes out and warns him to stop. But Rick Steiner pushes the referee aside and whacks Crusher with the chair. Crusher is hurt, but he is laughing as he goes back into the ring, pummeling Steiner with fists. But Steiner has the control here after that wicked chair shot. He's going to try that German suplex again. But oh, this time it is Crusher who is able to ward off the German suplex with a back elbow, and Crusher slams Rick Steiner headfirst onto the turnbuckle, and it is Crusher in control. What's Crusher going to do? Oh, Crusher has the full Nelson locked in now. That Crusher Nelson, Crusher reversed that German suplex attempt, sent Rick Steiner careening into the corner, and as Steiner bounced back from the corner, Crusher put on the Crusher full Nelson. Can Steiner get out of this one? Count of one, or he's got 3 tries to get out of this with no fatigue tokens. And on the second attempt, he is able to get over to the ropes and force the break of the hold as the Crusher slaps Rick Steiner across the back of the head, still laughing. And Steiner was desperate to get out of that Crusher Nelson. And now he locks in the Crusher Nelson a second time. Rick Steiner in trouble. As the Crusher works that full Nelson, Steiner quickly back to the ropes to force the hold to be broken a second time. Steiner is hurt. Here comes Dick the Bruiser into the ring. And they are going to perform a double team high vertical suplex, and down to the canvas goes Rick Steiner hard as Dick the Bruiser is in the ring. And the champions are back in control. What's Dick the Bruiser going to do? He is going to go for a whip out of the ring. Out of the ring we go once again. It's playtime here in Memphis as they are back out on the infield grass. And this time on a roll of 7, it is Dick the Bruiser who wins the brawl outside the ring. Back into the ring we go. Is Bruiser going to try and finish off Rick Steiner here? He is going to go for the pile driver. But Steiner is able to roll away and get to his feet quickly after the pile driver. Bruiser still in control. Bruiser goes with a whip to the turnbuckle. Rick Steiner comes off the turnbuckle, and oh, this time it is Steiner who comes off the turnbuckle with a knee smash to the side of the head of Bruiser. And Rick Steiner has an opportunity here to get something done. He hits Bruiser with a Steiner line. Rick goes for the quick cover. Bruiser kicks out of that one. Rick's going to stay on him and try for the German suplex again. And this time he connects on the German suplex. He tries for the cover. Again, Bruiser kicks out. And now Rick tags in Scotty, and we're going to see the Steiners with a double team attempt. And on a roll of 6, it is a running double clothesline from the Steiner brothers that takes Bruiser back down to the canvas. And now Scotty is the fresh man in the ring and in control. Here's Scotty against Dick the Bruiser. Scotty's going to go up for an attempted death jump. He could do that back in his younger days before steroids. And on a roll of 8, Scotty comes off the top rope with a flying clothesline, knocking Dick the Bruiser back down to the canvas. Scotty with a whip to the ropes. Bruiser comes off, and oh, it's the Frankensteiner. Frankensteiner by Scotty Steiner, that high flipping Hurricane Rana off the ropes. Scotty makes the cover. Count of 1. And oh, on a count of 2, Dick the Bruiser kicks out, but he has now got 3 fatigue tokens against him. Neither team has used a pin save attempt yet, so we may be going on with this match into the night. Scotty now, tilt-a-whirl slam, makes the cover. And now Crusher's going to come in with the pin save attempt. He can't get there. And on a roll of 5 or lower, we're going to have new world champions. But the roll is an 11, so Dick the Bruiser kicks out of that one. Dick the Bruiser kicks out after the Frankensteiner as Rick and Crusher are now battling in the ring. Scotty's still in control against Dick the Bruiser, and now he's going to go back up for another attempted death jump. Scotty on the death jump. is going to be a struggle on the top turnbuckle as Scotty went up to the top turnbuckle. Bruiser tried to stop him, but Scotty is the more athletic of the two, so he kicks Bruiser in the head and knocks Bruiser back down off of the top rope. And Scotty is still in control as Bruiser hits the mat hard. What's Scotty going to do now? Another tilt-a-whirl slam. Finally, Bruiser able to get up to his feet. Scotty moves in and rolls him over in a single leg Boston Crab. Bruiser still hurt, trying to work his way free. Scotty with the attempted forearm smash. He's going to need an agility roll to complete that of 9 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Scotty nails the forearm smash. But Dick the Bruiser is able to fire back. And it is Dick the Bruiser with a stomp to the body. And Dick the Bruiser is going to try for a whip to the ropes. And as Scotty comes off the ropes, it is a hard back elbow from Dick the Bruiser that puts Scotty down to the canvas. And Bruiser quickly is going to tag Crusher back into the match. Bruiser took some damage there, and he wants his buddy Crusher to come back into the match. Crusher in control, again with the blatant chokehold on Scotty. My goodness, what is with this? Crusher choking away on Scotty. And now Crusher suplexing Scotty back into the center of the ring. And another blatant chokehold. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Scotty Steiner. And this time it is a knee smash from Scotty to the side of the head of Crusher that staggers Crusher and sends him tumbling backwards. What's Scotty going to do? He's going to go for the Frankensteiner again. The pin roll this time is still a 5. I guess the champions are going to use their last pin save attempt. And yes, that's a good idea. On a roll of 6, Bruiser is able to break the count, and the match will continue. Scotty Steiner has the momentum. He tags in Rick. Rick comes into the ring for an attempted double team, but on a roll of 11, it is a collision between the Steiner brothers. As Crusher got out of the way of that, and Rick and Scott bang heads in the center of the ring, and Crusher takes control. Crusher with the elbow drop on Rick Steiner. Steiner is down. And Crusher is going to pitch Rick Steiner out of the ring, and here we go again. Out of the ring we go. And on a roll of 4, it is a wild brawl at ringside. Steiner grabs Crusher by the leg and hurls him into the steel ring steps. And Crusher is staggered. Back in the ring, Steiner with a backbreaker onto the turnbuckle. Crusher slow to get to his feet. Rick tags back in Scotty, still by far the freshest man in the match. Scotty comes in with a fall-away slam. Down goes the Crusher. Scotty with a tilt-a-whirl slam. Crusher is hurt. Scotty goes to the single leg Boston Crab. Crusher is still hurt, trying to get over to his partner for the tag. Scotty with a fall-away slam. Scotty makes the cover, and on a roll of 5 or lower, we'll have the pinfall. But on a roll of 7, the Crusher kicks out and the match continues. What's Scotty going to do now? Oh, he's got him up, and it's going to be the Super DDT as Scotty tags in Rick. Rick comes flying off the top rope with the bulldog off the shoulders of Scotty. They nail it. And on a roll of 11, the Crusher somehow manages to kick out. Oh my goodness, what a shocker that was. That was a pinfall of 9 or lower. Crusher manages to kick out. What a show of toughness by the big Crusher. As the Steiner brothers hit that Super DDT. Off of the shoulders of Scotty and down to the canvas, Crusher kicks out. Rick now the legal man in the ring. They're going to go for the Steiner Bulldog. And this is now a 10 or lower to kick out of this one. And finally, on a roll of 8, the Steiner brothers have scored the pinfall. 3 title changes here tonight as Rick Steiner pins the Crusher after the Steiner Dog And your winners of this match and new NWA Tag Team Champions of the World, the team of Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers. Celebration in the ring as Rick is barking it up. Scotty is celebrating with his brother. The Bruiser and the Crusher are unhappy and they're wailing on each other with forearms. But the celebration here in Memphis is for the Steiner brothers, as they have won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in tonight's main event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a card we have seen tonight. 3 title changes. Congratulations to all of the new champions. Your new NWA World Tag Team Champions are the Steiner brothers. Your new Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, VADER. And your new Atlantic Wrestling Federation champion, Dusty Rhodes. The night didn't end quite so well for Magnum TA, as he was unable to get his hands on Ric Flair, and the Horsemen just dominated the 6-man tag team match over the Road Warriors and Magnum TA. So fans, on behalf of Epic Dave and the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, along with special guest commentator tonight, Lance Russell, we would like to thank everybody who joined us here. Steve Tower, D. Scott Howard, welcome to the broadcast. Philip Reynolds was here. Joseph Hinkle was here. Thank you to everybody for coming out for all of tonight's action here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And with that, we will say thank you once again to everybody. That's our stream.